What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here. Once again, I am back to do my G1 Climax 2017 prediction. Now, of course, the G1 Climax is New Japan Pro Wrestling's summer tournament. Now, of course, the G1 Climax starts on July 17th and it ends on August 13th, where, of course, the winner of the G1 Climax will get an automatic title shot against the IWGP Heavyweight Champion at, of course, Wrestle Kingdom 12, January 4th, 2018. Now, of course, if the champion wins the G1 Climax this year, he can be able to choose whoever he wants to challenge him for the IWGP Heavyweight title. So definitely big time stakes here. Of course, with the shirt, it's going to be a race. It's going to be a race to become the champ. So I thought the shirt works perfectly for this. Now, of course, our record at the last tournament we did, of course, was the best of the Super Juniors. We went 2-1. So hopefully I can definitely rebound. Of course, I did get the finals right, but I did not get the finals prediction right, unfortunately, because of Ospreay not winning. So hopefully I can maybe rebound in this tournament after that one. So hopefully we will continue the streak. Hopefully we'll continue predicting these tournaments pretty well. So again, before I start, I do want to thank all you guys so very much for watching. Of course, this morning my G1 Special Night 1 predictions are up on the channel, so definitely check that out, and this one, of course, and of course, check out my New Japan Pro Wrestling United States Championship Tournament, which coincides with night one. So again, definitely watch. I'll have those two videos at the end of the video, those little boxes, and of course, definitely check those videos, and of course this one. Now, of course, we're at 144 subscribers strong. We are now 6 away from 150. So again, I do want to thank you guys so very much for subscribing. Of course, new subscribers to the channel, thank you guys so very much for subscribing. Of course, if this is your first time watching my channel, this is your first video, of course, welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm, of course, JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club whoop whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, of course, a few updates before the video starts. Now, of course, my night 2 predictions will be up either on Saturday. I think it'll be up on Saturday night, and I'll upload it on Sunday morning. So my night 2 predictions of the G1 special will be up on Saturday night, and then will be uploaded Sunday morning. So definitely look out for that. And then, of course, the next Raw pay-per-view, which we're going into July, will be great balls of fire. We will see Samoa Joe challenge the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, and of course we will see Braun Strowman facing Roman Reigns in an ambulance match. So those predictions will be up on July 3rd. So definitely look out for that. So July 3rd will be my Great Balls of Fire prediction. Now, of course, the next SmackDown pay-per-view, which was the last pay-per-view we had, which was Money in the Bank, only our second loss this year in prediction-wise, will, of course, be Battleground, which will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Of course, my glorious four-brother, Mitchell Seagal, will be at that event, so definitely it's going to be good. Now, of course, I'm definitely deeming July and August the summer of Dangerously, because we're going to be having a lot of predictions for sure. Of course, in August, we have TakeOver Brooklyn 3, we got SummerSlam, we got a lot more predictions, hopefully, in the month of August. Of course, we're going to have a lot in September for New Japan, college football, all of that in the beginning of summer into the fall. So again, what you guys are doing in June, again, thank you guys so very much. Again, you guys made June a great month, and now we're going into July, August, September. It's going to be the summer of Dangerously for sure, and it's going to be all thanks to you guys. So again, keep up the good work in the month of June into the month of July. Now, other than me going on, let's get right into these predictions. Now, I'm going to start off with Block A. Of course, this may be a long video because I'm going to be talking about everybody in this matchup. So, I'm going to start off in Block A. Now, the first person in Block A I'm going to talk about is he is a 2-time winner of the G1 Climax. Of course, his last win was 2015. He is making his 16th G1 appearance this year. Of course, he is the reigning IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Of course, he is the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi. So he's looking to. He is one of 8 winners this year in this year's G1. So he's looking to win his 3rd. And now the next man, of course, another winner of the G1 Climax in the past. Of course, his last win was in 2009. Of course, a former IWGP Tag Team Champion, Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he is making his 14th G1 appearance. Of course, I am talking about Makabe, the Big 8 for sure. He's going to be a threat. He's going to be a tough one to keep his shoulders on the mat for sure. And now the next man, of course, he is the former Ring of Honor television champion. Of course, he is making only his 5th G1 appearance this year. Of course, it is the Stone Pitbull himself, Tomohiro Ishii. So he's going to be even more tougher to keep him down for a 3 count for sure. And now the next man, of course, he was a finalist at last year's G1 Climax, where of course Kenny Omega won. Of course, he is making his 10th G1 appearance. It is of course the warrior himself, Hiroki Goto. So he's looking to get back to where he was last year in the G1 Climax. And now the next man, of course, kind of a rookie in this because this is only his 2nd G1 appearance this year. And of course, it is the Headhunter Yoshihashi. Now the next man, he is representing Xxvii. Of course, he is a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He is Njpw, Bad Luck Fale. And now the next man, of course, he is another G1 Climax winner. Of course, his last win was in 2001. He is making his 19th G1 appearance, and also this is his last G1 Climax in his career. Of course, I am talking about Blue Justice Yuji Nagata. So it's gonna be just like Liger last year. We're gonna have a guy who's making his last appearance in these big time tournaments. So hopefully he will do better than Liger did in the G1 in the Best of the Super Juniors. And now the next man, of course, he is making his very first appearance in the G1 this year. Of course, he is the first Brit to be in the G1 Climax since 1997, when the last man to do it was, of course, Lord Steven Regal. So he is in some high company for sure. And of course, he is representing Suzuki-gun Ichiban. Of course, he is the Evolve World Champion. He is the British Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he is the reigning PWG Champion. Of course, I am talking about Zack Sabre Jr. And now the next man. Now, this guy is going to get an introduction. Of course, he is making only his 3rd G1 Climax appearance. Of course, this superstar this is his first match in New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2.5 years. He is a former Best of the Super Juniors champion. He is a former New Japan Cup champion. He is a former 3-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Of course, a Junior Tag Team Champion with Kenny Omega. He is welcoming back Golden Star Kota Ibushi. So that's the biggest surprise of this G1 Climax, seeing Kota Ibushi in this year for sure. And now the last man in Block A. He is looking to win his 2nd G1 Climax. Of course, his last win was in 2013. He is making his 8th G1 Climax appearance. Of course, he is the leader of Los Ingonables de Japón, the former IWGP Intercontinental Champion and IWGP Heavyweight Champion. If you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Of course, that is the music of Tetsuya Naito. Again, definitely going to be a threat this year. I mean, you cannot say nothing bad about Naito. Everybody's person to love to hate, and that's Tetsuya Naito. Now, what I think about Block A, I mean, it is stacked. It's beyond stacked. You got matchups like Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi. I mean, and like we're gonna get a Cruiserweight Classic rematch. I mean, big. We're going to be seeing Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. We could see Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr., Tanahashi, or Kota Ibushi. So many dream matchups in Block A for sure. And this one easily beats Block A and the Best of the Super Juniors. This is easily Murderer's Row. This is absolutely Murderer's Row. So, my top 5 guys that I think could get to the finals of Block A. I'm going to start at number 5, Zack Sabre Jr. Now, why I say Zack Sabre Jr. is because of what organization he's part of. He is part of Suzuki Gun. Now, of course, if you watch the Best of the Super Juniors, when it came to Suzuki Gun matches, the member comes out and then 2 other members come out with him. When it comes to Suzuki Gun, it's never 1-on-1. It's always going to be 2 or 3-on-1. So, and Zack Sabre Jr. in tournaments usually do good. I mean, he was in the Cruiserweight Classic in the WWE. He's been in the Battle of Los Angeles. He's been in a lot of other new indie tournaments. So this is going to be definitely up his alley. So at number 5, I'm taking Zack Sabre Jr. Now at number 4, I got Hiroki Goto. Now I think Goto, of course, he was here last year. He was here last year against Kenny Omega. He did not win. Of course, he is the former Never Openweight champion. He's definitely looking to be the gatekeeper this year, of course. He's looking to get back to the finals, and he definitely needs it. He definitely could get some big-time wins here in this Block A. So at number 4, I have Hiroki Goto. Now at number 3, I have the reigning IC champion, of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, Tanahashi can definitely win this thing. He can easily win Block A coming from me. He's talented. He's looking to win. He's looking to go three-time G1 Climax winner in his legendary career. I mean, the Ace definitely is a threat in Block A for sure. So at number 3, I have Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now at number 2. Now this one was tough. This one was maybe my toughest one to go. Either he's at 1 or he's at 2. So at number 2, I have Tetsuya Naito. Now, again, he did drop the IC title at Dominion, which kind of usually means when you drop the IC title, they're just pushing you back into the heavyweight championship picture. And of course, he was a former IWGP heavyweight champion by beating Okada. But Naito is he could be definitely the top pick to win this year. Again, I just don't see it here, but again, I wouldn't be surprised he gets to the final. So at number 2, I have Tetsuya Naito. Now, the number 1 guy I'm picking to come out of Block A and make it to the finals is Kota Ibushi. Now, why I'm picking Kota Ibushi? I mean, this is his first match in 2 years, but the funniest thing is, he's been wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling under a mask. Tiger Mask W. Yes, even I didn't even know he was wrestling as Tiger Mask W. That floored me when I heard Kota Ibushi was Tiger Mask W. I was like, what? I've always when I talk about Tiger Mask W, he's so talented, but I didn't know he was Kota Ibushi in a mask. So that makes it even more crazy and awesome. Then having Kota Ibushi back in over 2.5 years, I mean, let's see what he's got. I mean, again, the last time I saw him was in the Cruiserweight Classic. And, of course, he did not sign with the WWE. He's now he's a freelancer. He's going in other promotions, but not sticking in one. But I'm actually very happy he's back in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, his career was amazing here. So, coming from me, coming out of Block A, I'm taking Kota Ibushi to make it to the finals. And now, my Block B, the Block B participants. Now, if you thought Block A was stacked, this one's even stacker. Now I'm going to start off with the first man. Of course, he is looking to win his second G1 Climax. Of course, his last one was in 2010. Of course, he is making his 15th G1 appearance. Of course, it is Satomi Kojima. So, veteran, definitely a veteran in this. Just like Yuji, just like Makabe, just like Tanahashi. Big-time veteran, definitely looking to have a great G1 Climax this year. Now, the next person, of course, he is the former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion. He is the former IWGP Intercontinental champion. Of course, he is making his third G1 appearance. Of course, it is Big Mike. Of course, I am talking about Unbreakable Michael Elgin. And now the next man, of course, he is making his first G1 Climax. So he is the fresh new blood this year in the G1 Climax. Of course, he is maybe the most, definitely the most underrated superstar in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, I am talking about Juice Robinson. So, again, he is bringing some upsets this year. Of course, he beat Naito in a 6-man tag. He's beaten some big-time names in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, Juice Robinson absolutely deserves to be here. And now the next man. He is the 65th and reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he is looking to win his third G1 Climax. Of course, his last win was 2014 and making his 6th G1 appearance. Of course, he is Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. So the champion is looking to win the G1 Climax for the 3rd time and also handpick his opponent this year. So hopefully that does not happen for sure. So Okada definitely is going to be a threat in this Block B. And now the next man, of course, he is making his 12th G1 appearance. Of course, it's all about him. You got to buy his DVDs. He is the opportunistic, win at any cost for sure. Of course, I am talking about Toru Yano. So he will be definitely, he's going to find ways to win for sure. So definitely look out for him in this Block B. And now the next man. He is last year's G1 Climax winner. He is looking to go back to back. He is the leader of Xxvii. Of course, he is also a member of the Elite, second time. He is the 6-star superstar who tore it up at Wrestle Kingdom, and now he is known as he is also the 60-minute man. As Don Callis says, the greatest talent out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. If you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Only his 2nd G1 Climax. Of course, he is the cleaner, Kenny Omega, looking to go back-to-back and get his much-anticipated rematch against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. And now the next man, also representing Too Sweet, baby. Of course, he is one half of the IWGP Tag Team Heavyweight Champions. Of course, one of my all-time favorites in Bullet Club. Of course, it is Bad Boy Tama Tonga. Now, again, I've said this before. If you combine Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, you got Tama Tonga. And I cannot wait to see him in this G1 for sure. And now the next man. He is the reigning IWGP Never Openweight Champion. Of course, he is the leader of Suzuki-gun Ichiban. Of course, he is one of my all-time favorites. Of course, making his 7th G1 appearance. Of course, I am talking about Minoru Suzuki. Now, of course, if you did not watch Minoru Suzuki versus Yoshihashi this morning, amazing. Suzuki is going to be the biggest threat in this Block B for sure, coming from me. And now the next 2 guys. Of course, starting at first, he is representing Los Ingobernables de Japón. He is 1/3 of the IWGP Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champions. Of course, Cold Skull Sanada now, and he's only making his 2nd G1 appearance. So young talent, but good. So definitely good to see him in this tournament. Now the final man from Block B. He is also representing Los Ingobernables de Japón. He is also 1/3 of the IWGP Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champions. Of course, King of Darkness, evil, because everything is evil. Now, what I gotta say about this Block B, it's even more stacked. I mean, you got Okada Omega, you got Okada Suzuki, you got Minoru Suzuki, Kenny Omega. This is gonna be even more stacked than Block A, and of course it looks like we're gonna get Kenny Omega Okada 3 here. I have kind of a I don't like that we're getting the third match in a block tournament match. I would rather have it at a pay-per-view, but I guess this is what they're going to go with. So again, I'm not happy with having Okada and Omega in the same block, in Block B for sure. So now my top 5 that I think can get to the finals. Now, at number 5, I got Sonata. Again, Sonata only his second G1 Climax, but he has been proving himself pretty well in Los Incarnables de Japón as a never open weight 6-man tag team champion at his age. I think he's like 24, 25. He's very young. He's got talent around him. So at number 5, I got Sonata. Now at number 4, I have the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Okada. Now I'm only having Okada here because I'd rather have him not win and have whoever wins this G1 challenge him. I'd rather not have Okada choosing his opponent. Again, Okada could win his third here, but I just don't see it. So coming for me at number 4, I have Okada. Now at number 3, now this one's going to be a little bit of a surprise because again, this guy has been pretty good. This guy has been very he's been very not overrated, but he's been very good in New Japan Pro Wrestling. At number 3, I'm having Juice Robinson. Again, when it comes to first time people in the G1, they actually do pretty good. So I think Juice Robinson can do pretty well in this Block B. Definitely he can do some damage for sure. So at number 3, I have Juice Robinson. Now at number 2, I have Minoru Suzuki. Now, this one was tough because you have the same. He's in the same block as Kenny. This one is the toughest because Suzuki is going to be so hard to beat. He's going to be impossible to beat. I mean, if you watch that match with Yoshihashi this morning, it took almost everything in his power to put Suzuki's shoulders on the mat, and Yoshihashi couldn't even do it. What do you think he's going to do against Tama Tonga? What he's going to do against Okada? Of course, you got Suzuki and Okada in this block, and you got Suzuki is going to be so hard to beat here. He's going to be maybe the biggest threat, the legit threat in Block B for me. So at number 2, I have the never openweight champion Minoru Suzuki. And now my pick to come out of Block B and face Kota Ibushi in the finals. Who else but Kenny Omega? Now, why I'm taking Kenny Omega to win this? Because at Dominion, we had a 60-minute match, but we did not get the result. Coming from me, that I would have just said Omega should get the first rematch. But of course, Cody's getting that shot at the G1 special. So Kenny is looking. Kenny definitely wants a rematch. He wants the IWGP Heavyweight title more than life. I mean, of course, the last Bullet Club member to have the IWGP Heavyweight title was AJ Styles. Think about that. AJ Styles was the last IWGP Heavyweight champion in Bullet Club. Kenny is definitely looking to go back to back. He's looking to do what Ospreay couldn't do in the Best of the Super Juniors this year and go back to back. So coming from me from Block B, I am taking Kenny Omega to win Block B and head on to the finals. And now I'm going to make my finals predictions. Of course, from Block A, we have Kota Ibushi, and then in Block B, we have Kenny Omega. Now, what could be better than two former best friends, two former tag team partners facing each other for a shot at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom? I mean, of course, this whole thing, of course, before they were tag teamed, of course, Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, they were the tag team champions. They've only had one match in their history, and of course, it was in a DDT, another promotion for New Japan that they just tore the house down in that match. If you have not seen that match, look it up on the internet. It's a great match. But this has to be the finals, because after watching Kushida and Will Ospreay, I was thinking New Japan is going to say, we're going to top it with this. This is going to be match of the year for sure. Now, with Kota Ibushi, this is his first match in 2.5 years. And then you have Kenny Omega, who has been working so hard since Kota Ibushi's left. This is a different New Japan for Kota Ibushi. We got Bullet Club reigning supreme. We got Los Ingobernables de Japón. We got Suzuki Gun here. Kota Ibushi, it's been so long since 2.5 years. I mean, it's insane that this is going to be his first match in 2.5. This is going to be, and of course, in a few interviews, he said he would rather fight Kenny in a big time environment, and what could be better? The finals of the G1 Climax. Of course, this is like this. Kenny Omega tweeted a few days ago, like, see, look how far I've risen and look how far you've fallen. I mean, it's true, because Kenny Omega has been doing a lot of stuff since Kota Ibushi hasn't been here, and it shows, definitely, for sure. So coming from me, my pick to win this year's G1 Climax will be the winner of last year's G1 Climax, and that's and you already know who. It's Kenny Omega. I say he's going to go back-to-back this year. It makes sense because we would have another match with Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Because Wrestle Kingdom this year, that 46-minute banger, what about, and then we go into next year, Wrestle Kingdom, we could have Okada Omega 4. Just, I mean, come on. It's too tantalizing not to pick Kenny Omega in this one. So, coming from me, the winner of this year's G1 Climax will be the cleaner Kenny Omega. And he will challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Champion at Wrestle Kingdom 12. And those are my G1 Climax predictions. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy my prediction. I know this was a very long video. Comment below, who do you have winning the G1 this year? Of course, I have Kenny Omega to go back-to-back. Let me know in the comments who you have. Of course, if you're picking somebody that I didn't pick, let me know in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about it. This is what this channel is all about. Your guys' opinions on wrestling. And that's what is awesome about it. And you guys continue to support. Now, of course, I'm always going to be on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are always welcome on this channel. Now, of course, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. Of course, this was a very long video, so again, thank you so much for watching it. And of course, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. And of course, you can never forget to do this as well. Dramatic. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous Alliance. And I will see you for my G1 special Night 2 2017 predictions this week. Later days and peace.